At all greyhound meetings, there is a vet on hand to look after the welfare of the greyhounds. Richard Lockyear is the vet in charge at Walthamstow.
I've been here for just over 25 years. In the old days, it was only 2.5 times a week. Now we have meetings 6 days a week. I cover about 3 to 4 of them.
With more than 90 dogs to assess before each race meeting, the examination needs to be quick, but it gives Richard an idea of the well-being of each dog, and he is the man with the power to withdraw a dog if they are not 100%.
Number kennel 39. Yes, basically I'm just checking the dogs over very briefly to actually see whether they fit to run. The first thing I'm looking for is that they look alert and lively, their eyes are clear and they're looking fairly happy. I look at the mucous membranes of the eyes just to check to make sure they're the right colour. Various things would change that. Feel the lymph nodes under the neck, press on their larynx to see if they're coughing at all. Run my hands down their back to see whether they're reacting right for reflexes, checking the legs to see whether there's any obvious injuries or problems with them, and then basically if they're a bitch then I check and see whether they're in season at the back end. Then they trot them up to see whether they're lame or not, to whether they're feeling any painful musculoskeletal conditions, and then hopefully it all goes past and they get put in the kennel. Greyhounds are generally very easy to work with, they're easy to examine and to look after. They're much easier than pet dogs from the point of view, just because they're used to being handled, it's their temperament, they're very, very good with people, as opposed to a lot of the pet dogs, which are a lot more problem to examine.
And if you did notice anything that wasn't quite right, would you withdraw the dogs?
Then I pull them out, yes. And in general terms, my word is the end of the day, in that if I say it comes out, then it comes out.
So what happens if a dog does incur a serious injury during the race?
Generally, they bring it back to my room, they carry it off the track, then I look at it to diagnose, what's wrong with it. Perhaps the more severe common injuries are broken hocks and broken wrists. These can be strapped up in the mane and painkillers given, and then the trainers can take them home to be sorted out the next day by another vet.
For the trainers, it's reassuring to have a vet on standby to treat any injuries that may be sustained during the evening.
They're always checking the dogs, after their race. They're always asking you if they're okay. They're willing to help in any way they can if you've got a little problem with them. So they're a very important part of our business.
Yeah, their role is essential because sometimes dogs sustain bad injuries in running, and you need a vet on standby to help you out of any problems that you might incur.
It's been a long night, but a happy one for Richard.
Good. Right. Well, that's the last one for tonight. It's 10:30 and that's the last race finished, and it's been a good night, and we haven't had any injuries at all that I can see. So all is well and they can all go home safe and sound.